it's Megan and today I am here to bring you my Project Pan finale for Project Use It Up 2020 quarter one. So many words in this project name, but I am very glad because I was able to finish or hit my goal on 11 of the products out of 14, and that makes me feel really good. I try to at least finish or hit my goal on 10 products in every project, so I'm very glad to have exceeded that. It would have been great to finish or hit my goal on all of these products, but we will definitely get into why I did not finish the products that I didn't finish. But I think the most exciting thing and the products I'm most proud of hitting my goal on are my Burberry eyeshadows. I put in all 3 of the Burberry shadows I have left, and I wanted to hit pan on them or expand the pan for all of these. So this is the Shell eyeshadow, and you can see the pan is pretty substantial in this area, and even where I don't have pan yet, it's very thin. So that was really exciting, and when I first pulled it out, it seemed like there was a little glimmer of pan there, and now you can actually like fully see pan. And I love these eyeshadows. I'm very glad I rediscovered them because I wasn't using them pretty much at all for the past few years, and the eye look that I'm wearing today is my go-to look with these products. I love this shadow especially, which is nude, and this one didn't have any pan before, and it's kind of hard to tell in this eyeshadow, but there is pan in this corner. Like, it's not as obvious, I guess, as the Shell shade, but those like ridges are like the metal pans. So I'm super proud about this, and just makes me realize like all the beautiful stuff I already have in my collection, and that I really need to keep shopping my stash because I always rediscover something, and these used to be some of my favorite products, but I've really neglected them. And then finally I have Midnight Brown, which has been one of my favorites for a long time. You can see the pan is pretty substantial here, and I did have pan to begin with in this shadow, but I was able to expand it. So just really glad about that. And yeah, just a reminder not to neglect your older products, especially expensive products like these. These I think were well over $20 per eyeshadow, which is like insane to me now. Like I just can't even believe that I used to like buy such expensive makeup. And I still do like splurge on certain things, but it is like beyond rationality to me now to spend this much money on a single eyeshadow, but I did spend it and I want to get my money's worth out of it. So these I will definitely be like using still and loving, but I'm really glad I put them in this project and challenged myself to hit pan on them or make the pan more large. And yeah, I just feel like so good about it. I'm so happy with that. Then I finished up 3 additional products since my last update. So I finished the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, and this is another product that putting it in this project really helped me rediscover it, and I'm actually working on a fresh bottle of it now. So this is just a really nice liquid chemical exfoliant. You just put it on a cotton pad and wipe it over your face. I focus it on my T-zone, especially my nose, and I do notice when I use this like a few times a week, like 3 times a week I would say is kind of my sweet spot. I can see a big difference in my skin texture, my like clogged pores. This just really helps with those issues. So I love this. I will definitely keep using the bottle that I opened right after finishing it. Literally the second I finished this, I got a fresh bottle out of my back stock because I've been fortunate. Paula's Choice has sent me products, including this one, and so I had a fresh one. And I love it, so that was really great. This, I was so happy when I finished this up. This is the Biossance 100% squalane oil. I would not repurchase this, and it's not like it's horrible by any means, but it's not something I really enjoyed using. It is like a very thin, watery oil, and I just didn't like love using it. I used it on my hands, I used it on my arms, on my legs, all over my body to use it up. It says you can use it on your face, body, and hair. It was okay, definitely not one of my preferred oils that I've tried, but I'm very glad I used this up because I've had it for 2 Black Fridays. So I didn't buy it in 2019, I bought it in 2018, and so I'm very glad I was able to use that up. And then the other product I finished since my last update was the Clinique, what is this called? Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. So I cut this open and used every drop. I ultimately used it as a nighttime moisturizer because even though it's called an overnight mask, I just kind of use it as a moisturizer. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to use it in addition to a moisturizer, but that was just too much for my skin. So for like a week or so straight, I just used this as my moisturizer. It was really nice, very nourishing, fragrance free, all that good stuff, and a really nice like creamy texture. So I did like that, but wouldn't like go out of my way to get that. And then the products that I had finished up before were the Bath & Body Works Twisted Peppermint Body Lotion, completely used up. One more smell for old time's sake. That is one of my favorite products. The Willow Hill Whipped Sugar Scrub in Willow Winter. Oh my gosh. Smells like Christmas trees. It is amazing. And right now, me and Rachel are working on building a gingerbread house from Lego. And I just love it. I know it's nowhere near Christmas, but I feel like in this weird time that we're in, anything that can make you happy is worth it, and Christmas always makes us happy. So this smells like Christmas. I will definitely repurchase this when we get closer to Christmas this year, and this is a great small business to support, so love their scrubs. I used up the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. This is a fine, not very hydrating primer, I would say. I would call it more of like an illuminating primer than a moisturizer because I really didn't think this moisturized my skin at all. So I kind of just used this as a primer. It was fine, but didn't like see any great benefits from using it. I used up the Drunk Elephant Slay Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. Very expensive product and definitely not one of my favorite cleansing balms. I just thought it was like a little bit like chunky and like heavy. I just didn't really like it. So I was very glad to get this either in a kit or some like free perk, something like that, because I was tempted to buy it, but I'm glad I didn't spend my money on it because I don't really enjoy it that much. And then for the last product, I finished up fully before we get to the stuff I didn't quite use up, the Stila Shimmer and Glow in Cloud. So I have pretty much all of it scraped out of there. It got dry after I took out the stopper and it just wasn't worth it anymore. So I really, really like this color. It was like a lavender, like gold smoky color. It was really, really pretty. The problem with these is that they dry out really fast. Like I've only had this for a little over a year, and even before I took the stopper out, it was starting to get dry. So if you have any of these Stila shadows laying around, be sure to use them because I think they will get dry pretty quickly. So I'm only going to repurchase like these small sizes, and that's what I've learned about those. So then the 3 products that I wasn't able to fully finish up, this was just like such a long shot. The Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I have probably about the same amount than as compared to when I started. I didn't mark these products, and some people ask me why I don't do that, but I just get too like competitive if I do that kind of thing. So I've learned not to do that. It just doesn't work for me. It would probably encourage me to use up stuff more, but I just get too intense about it and it just doesn't work for me anymore. But anyway, I doubt I used very much of this because my skin was so dry. It was acting crazy throughout most of this project, especially in February. My skin was just a disaster. So yeah, I didn't really use much of this powder. Same with the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I use quite a bit of this. I'm gonna roll it all the way down for you guys to see. Like, it goes pretty far into the container, which it started out basically new. And I still have quite a bit left. Like, I could keep scrolling it up, but I'm always nervous about it breaking. This is a very drying foundation. I thought this was a creamy, hydrating foundation, and that's why I put it in this project during the winter months. But I learned very quickly that this is actually very drying on my skin, and it's very heavy, so I needed to apply it and then apply something on top of it to like blend it in, and I just never really liked it. And I am gonna hang on to it for when my skin gets oilier in the summertime, just see if it works for me then, because it was expensive and I don't just want to throw it away, and I don't really have anyone with really oily skin that's this skin color that I know. So I'm gonna hang on to it for another few months, see how it works for me in the summer. I was gonna force myself to use up this foundation, or at least use it more regularly, but after my skin went wacko in February, I just decided to only use products that really work for me. And yeah, so this might eventually work for me, but for now I'm retiring it into my foundation drawer and gonna stick with my Herborian CC Red Correct and my L'Oreal Pro Glow and just enjoy those. So I'm going to move on from this for now. I wish I used it up, but I'm glad I didn't force myself to do so, because as exciting as it is to use up products, I didn't want to like not feel good about myself and wear makeup that didn't make me feel good or beautiful. It just made me feel dry and matte and horrible. So I'm glad that I didn't put myself through that any more than I did, because I did put myself through that for quite a few weeks. And then the last product I didn't quite use up is this Paula's Choice Peptide Booster Serum. This is fine. Again, kind of a drying, I shouldn't say drying, but it's not like hydrating by any means. I like this more in the morning time, and I only have like a little bit left. If we just put my flashlight up to it, I don't know if you can see, but I'm basically to like the O, the second O, or the first O, depending on how you're reading it. Yeah, I'll use this up, but it's not anything that I think does much for my skin, so it's just a kind of meh product. I don't have super strong opinions about it. But that is everything in this project. I'm very excited to now go through my stash and film my intro video for my next project pan for Q2, which will go from April, May, and June. And oh my gosh, I just think I have some really good products that I'm going to be pulling out for this. So definitely stay tuned for that. It'll be the next video I post in a few days. So if you guys are doing project pans currently too, let me know how they're going. I would love to cheer you guys on just as you do for me. I really appreciate your support in projects and in every aspect of what I share with you guys. So thank you so much, and I hope you are all doing well and healthy and safe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!